All right, guys. So let's get into this. We're going to do Roma Army and Joe Rogue. The point of this series isn't to necessarily say they're wrong. The point of this is to go through it and give you my take on them and their accounts. And I burped. So we're going to just do a few videos. We're going to start from the most recent. If it's a chain, let's get into it. Let's make sure we can hear it.
Claim that my men's rights movement is full of misogyny. They say, oh, Chloe, you must hate men because you don't advocate for women. You know, just...
I don't think anybody says that. I personally think that there's a little bit of, misogyny that she doesn't... Misogyny is disliking women, by the way. I don't think that she necessarily dislikes women. I just think that she proposes her message in a very disingenuous way that's kind of very pick-me. I think that her and Joe Rogan are pick-me's in their own right. But maybe I'm wrong. That's why we're doing this, guys.
Despite the fact that there are many people doing that. But what's funny is, I don't degrade women. I don't generalize all women. I don't say things like hashtag kill all women.
No, she doesn't, but she does kind of generalize all women, honestly,
all women
from what I've seen.
All women suck. I call out very
Those are drastic generalizations that people do. Drastic female generalizations too, or male generalizations or whatever. You get my point. But she doesn't do that, no. But again, it doesn't mean that she's not doing it.
Toxic traits that seem to make these feminists furious. I mean, these people will put me down for these things, all while stating, well, I care about men. I'm a feminist and I care about men. If most modern day feminists cared about men, then how come whenever they try to speak on like a woman's issue, they're told to shut up, stop talking, quit taking up so much space, quit mansplaining, you don't have a right, you don't have a place to speak here.
I'm a little confused. I'm just like, I think I understand what she's trying to say, but like, she sucks at delivery, man.
Tell them, be less manly, quit exuding toxic masculinity. You say all that to them and expect what? Them to just shut up and be good little allies to women? You know, a lot of people...
I mean, the overall has a point there. The first half, not with her. Second half, she makes a good point. All right, maybe Romar's not that bad. Let's go through it.
This may be a bold statement, but do you know what I think about patriarchy nowadays? One, it 100% exists. Sure. To the men that say it doesn't exist, I don't know why, because you are just as oppressed by it. Two...
Okay,
it's wildly misunderstood.
I wouldn't say just as oppressed. I mean, men tend to do better than women in a patriarchal society. It does exist, but men are oppressed
because I see a lot of females
in their own way
screaming the word patriarchy at men for no reason. I'm not really sure why, because they're both victims of it again. The participants in patriarchy is the 1%. It's the 1% of that rich white male. And that 1% is fucking up a whole lot of shit for a lot of us. Because remember, patriarchy is the hierarchy that allows privilege. You know what I think I've learned the most?
I think patriarchy is just a male-dominated society. There's nothing inherently wrong with a male-dominated society, as long as it's respectful. There's just respect to be earned. I get what she's saying. She's trying to redirect it towards, like, the 1%. But, like, this isn't... that's, like, more of a capitalist issue. And, like, they're intertwined to an extent, sure, I suppose. I mean, if women had more buying power and more money, that would be a reversal. But, like, again, she's kind of very inconcise with her message.
Is that modern day feminists are
like, if I listened to this as like a young guy and I was like, oh, this makes sense, then I would just be a dumb idiot, because like she's just not really making sense.
The word patriarchy to manipulate the agenda and use that as an excuse as to why women aren't succeeding. Not why they're not succeeding, but why they're incapable of succeeding. I don't think they want equality.
Kind of. Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's a level of truth to like the victimization aspect of it. In general, identity groups nowadays are victimizing themselves so much. I would say that, like, generally speaking, women don't necessarily want to be equal to men in the sense of having equal jobs. A lot of them just complain about it, and then they tend to strive for lower paying jobs in general. But like equal opportunity, it definitely is not there yet. But I get what she's saying. There's a level of truth to what she's saying. It's kind of hard to get the message out.
I think they want special treatment, and they want that treatment.
Seems like a really watered down version of everything I say about feminism.
To counter the perceived negative effects of patriarchy, rather than working together. This may be
rough. All right, let's. Should I skip this one? That was utter nonsense, so I'm gonna skip that one.
To reasons why men have it hard in society, the Unrealistic Expectations edition, featuring my merch that says men are more than simp. Piggy banks.
Okay, so I just kind of want to establish that what I'm getting out of this is, hey guys, hey guys, men are oppressed, and buy my shirt, man. Who else is going to buy that shirt? He's going to see a woman walking around with that. Oh, we just did. She is. But no, honestly, come on. This is like my general criticism of her. She's like a male. She's a pick-me for men, and then she tries to sell people her Patreon and her shirts. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Let's hop into it. Number 1, they are expected to be freaking mind readers for some reason. I can't tell you how many posts I see on social media, and it's like, wow, I told my boyfriend I didn't want anything when he went to the store, and he came back with nothing. I've never been more disappointed. What? Number 2, they are called fragile or sensitive if they express that you're doing or saying something that they don't like. Number 3, they are expected to always know why their missus is upset. Like, how the is he supposed to know if you don't tell him? Or how about the fact that
these are just really shallow and bland, and I don't think that they're generally applicable. Honestly, like these aren't like men's issues. These are like the social media perception of men's issues. It's just not hitting for me.
Be okay to say if a man really likes you, he'll chase you. But now in 2020, they're called stalkers and simps. They're expected to expect nothing while giving everything.
Not for nothing, but like the whole simp narrative is very male. Like men are the ones that call. I mean, the other one I get it. Like women only like to be stalked by attractive men, but you know, men are the one calling each other simps for respecting women. That's what I'm talking about. It's like hit or miss. It's just like word vomit, and then sometimes she's right.
Everything. They're expected to fix everything. Welcome to Reason.
All right, those aren't terrible. It's so bland and dry. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do one from each row. Let's get some of her popular. Oh, these are all kind of popular. Is this one? Did we watch this crap?
Y'all are smoking a new strain of weed that I have not tried yet. If you think that this is the first time that I've been called a pick-me girl in my life.
Oh, she's just going to go on about how she's a pick-me girl.
Growing up, I had all guys...
All right, that's not really relevant. What is this video?
So Caitlyn responded, guys, and as I presumed, she's just as uneducated as she looked. I can tell because she doesn't know how to...
What is this? Okay. Oh, well, she's been getting so much hate lately.
Have a conversation with somebody without calling them names.
I mean, you just called her a name. You just told her that she looked stupid.
So she responded to my video by saying, trying to twist my words, maybe don't be a pussy.
This is just childish drama. I'm going to go look down a little bit more before all the drama started, because I feel like we're kind of caught in this like wheel where she's being she's policing her own words. So she doesn't sound as like ignorant as she usually is. So let's go down a little bit deeper. How long ago is this video from? Well, she posts as much as I do.
Yes. People are saying that I look like I smell bad.
Alright, it's another bullshit video. She kind of does look like she smells a little bit bad. Alright, here we go. We got our foot in the door. This one is 2 days old.
Of everything freaking holy. Roma Army, can you stop giving my haters what they want? Please? Let me give you a little lesson on trolls. Especially my trolls, because they're a special type. Every single time I blow up, this happens. I get a shit ton of false allegations.
So, first and foremost, let's talk about the way she worded that. Because she's like, every time I blow up, I get a bunch of hate. No, you get a bunch of hate and that blows you up. Because that's like, you consume that. You feed on the hate. That's what, like, that spikes you as a content creator. You're very much, you know, a content creator that centralizes around drama.
Last time it was that I was showing to underage children through my Patreon, which one isn't true, and I know that because I take extra steps to protect myself. Patreon makes them verify their age anyways. I mean, I don't even show any butthole or anything like that. I don't know what you guys picture. But even if I did, are you gonna go calling all those porn stars if underage kids were lying to watch their websites, which they do all the time? And it was that I was on drugs and that I used to abuse my ex and all this stuff.
She got a point about the
guys, see this for what it is. It's a fucking distraction. And it's working. Because
what's the distraction from?
On my videos where I'm talking about facts, you guys are arguing with...
Alright, I get her point. Not terrible. What else do we got here? How can we get before? What's this video?
So this week we're talking about unrealistic expectations put on men in the dating world. Before I start this week off, I want to start off with one of the most prevalent ones. Women's unrealistic expectations when it comes to the gestures. Right. Meaning how he shows us that he cares.
Sure.
He loves you. But society has put this fairy tale fantasy in your head that has trained you to not see any other romantic gestures that isn't like flowers, dates, and well, pretty much anything that involves money.
Well, that's like, I mean, that's pretty like classic chivalry, no? you know, you can't argue for, because her argument is more for classic chivalry. That would be the general male perspective, is like, oh, I should be able to do classic chivalrous things, and then I should be able to get a woman. And then her argument is like, those are bad. But it's like, which side are you on?
So while you were complaining about the fact that he wasn't taking you out for expensive dinners, buying you flowers, getting you little cute I love you cards, he was busy showing you that he loves you by putting up the new curtains you got in your bedroom, by buying a coffee maker for his place so that you could still have your morning routine when you were there, by making sure he had your favorite breakfast foods, by making sure that he was making your favorite meals.
This is such a bland, really bad argument, because like what she's doing effectively is people who have issues with not being taken on dates are people who usually are first starting in relationships. And so what she's doing is she's equating the honeymoon phase of a relationship that just started to like the 10-year marriage phase, when women and men are starting to potentially feel like they don't love each other as much anymore. But the scenario she's proposing would, you know, most of the time, in my experience in long-term relationships, like this is the shit that we focus on. So I feel like she's basically arguing two different stages in a relationship, and it sounds like it makes sense, but it doesn't. It's very silly and shallow.
He was changing his schedule for you.
Yeah, no, it comes off as like you know, it just doesn't come off the right. It's not really, there we go. This one has a lot of views on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna address this video. You ready? If you couldn't tell, I don't have any of these tattoos, which means that video is old. But that's not really a great excuse.
What said in the video? She said something mean, though.
What I'm meaning by that is that I have grown a shit ton since then. What the fuck? I shouldn't have said that to that girl, and I own that.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. I mean, there's nothing to really go on. She's owning something. I don't even know what the hell she said. Let's scroll down a little bit, because I'm getting a little tired of her. She's not that bad, honestly.
So a domestic...
she's not terrible. So far, what I've seen is she's a little bit of a pick-me. She doesn't really make very intricate, intelligent points. Not that they're necessarily unintelligent. They're just very shallow points. Oftentimes she gets confused in her own wording. But she's not the worst. She's not terrible.
Domestic abuse survivor is finally taking her abuser to court. This poor woman had the tip of her finger cut off, a cigarette put out on her face. He shit in her bed while his friends laughed. Slaps, punches, having shit thrown at her was a part of her daily routine.
Just kidding.
And
it's
in
Johnny
court
Depp.
Appearances, he would put makeup on to make it look like he was abused, to manipulate the situation. But next day, no bruises at all. Doctors had witnessed her abuse. Multiples of her friends had come forward and said that she'd been nothing but kind to him. He smeared her name on social media, and they didn't even ask her side. They just blamed her drinking problem. She had been sober for years, but due to the abuse, that was her only
Johnny
escape.
Depp thing?
I mean, how could we have treated her that way? Oh wait, that wasn't a girl.
Oh, it was Johnny
that
Depp.
was Johnny Depp.
Got him. Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp. All right, one more, guys. This is uninspiring. This one has a lot of views, so maybe we'll look at this.
If a man pays for lunch...
Oh, okay. It's just more, you know, man stuff. What else can we do here? Is this a point or just a weird dance? Uh-oh. It's not loading, guys. We're blocked. We're banned. It's a fucking dance. Give me something of substance here. Okay, what about this one? Last one, guys.
I might get canceled for saying this, but at this very moment, I could not give a shit less. I am fucking tired of seeing these Instagram accounts.
Why does she keep saying I don't care if I get canceled? Like, she knows she's not going to get canceled. It'd be like if I kept saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna get canceled." Like, well, there's not. Like, what am I gonna say? I could say you guys are terrible. If I said something racist, you guys would be like, "Ha, Papa, you didn't miss this one."
Accounts and these Twitter accounts anonymously naming these men for. You know why I'm sick of it? Because those lists have been the reason for many young boys to kill themselves because they haven't been true. But I'm even more sick of those women being told, "Oh, you're so brave. Oh, all these women sharing, you're so brave." No, I'm sorry. You're not fucking brave.
Yeah,
you're a coward. You're a coward.
Yeah,
if you sit behind an anonymous social media account to list somebody's name with no proof, no police report, nothing. Real victims go to the police.
Wait, what did you do? I think I duetted this video. You gotta stop right there. I did this video already. I accidentally did it again. I was with her in the first half, and then, like, it's very clear that she doesn't even understand how to be a woman. No, that's not true, but she's diminishing sexual assault right now. Like, the idea that it's very easy to just go and like, yeah, this is the video. Because it's very hard to understand sometimes as a male who has experienced abuse. how difficult it is to just go to the police once you've been assaulted. There are a myriad of factors. You know, there's situations where just fear alone, self-blaming. There's issues where they didn't even necessarily realize what happened. You know, there's a fear of being, you know, blamed for it from the police. You know, it all kind of conjures into one thing. And, you know, this idea that it's like that should be your first thing is very silly. You know, and like I want to make a point because like on college campuses, for instance, the police will, like on bigger campuses, the police will take care of things. They have like their own campus police, and the police like almost always just completely disregard sexual assault cases. So the problem I have here, this is very indicative of her content. The problem I have here is that she's either making incredibly bland points, or when she's really standing for something, she doesn't even understand the female perspective, which is bizarre because she's a woman. Because like if you don't understand sexual assault as a woman, then you clearly don't understand like the root of the issues with women. So like this is the problem. She doesn't have a female perspective. She really just has like a male perspective on things. And like this is the problem with her content. This is why she comes out as very pick-me, because she just doesn't get women's issues. That's it. Overall, not the worst. She is like a bit of like a pick-me. She does pander towards men. She does try to get people to buy her Patreon and her shirts. We've already established that. She's not that bad. I'll give her respect because she hasn't blocked me, and I made a few videos about her. So, like, at least she's got some what is it called? Was it chutzpah? No, that's not a thing. I'm saying that wrong. But she's got some janglers, you know what I'm saying? So I can respect her for that. You know, I don't particularly care for her, but I can respect her for that. So that's it, Roma Army. Let's do Joseph Robin. All right, guys? Let's talk about Joseph Robin here, because this is the one. This is the guy. Like I said with Roma Army, I can respect her for not blocking me, and she takes the hate well. For Joseph Robin, he melts down and shatters the second you contest him, and he doesn't actually know how to bring up a good point. He's a poo-poo head. So let's go through his thing. This is a video of him staring angrily. I think I watched this video. Yeah, no, this is a bad take. I mean, whatever he defends, whatever he disregards from this individual is true, regardless, because this is, you don't do this. I'm not a particular fan of the assault jokes. I don't like it. I think that it's very yucky. I just don't like it. I don't find it appropriate. So nothing to defend there. We saw this video. Here's the thing. This is the video I kind of want to watch here. So this is a video that a girl pulls down a man's pants and his wee comes out. Ha ha! Pee pee. It's up. It's sexual assault in a sense.
So if you couldn't see what happened in that video,
so this is the problem I have.
A woman ran
video.
up to a man, pulled down his shorts and underwear in front of a large group of people, and then ran away laughing. And the person who posted the video decided to put the caption, "Argue on whether that's a sexual assault or not." First of all, yes, it is sexual assault.
Oh my god!
Now let's talk about the comment that unsurprisingly got the most amount of likes.
Oh my god! Oh my god, he's defending men.
Dude, if we did this to a girl, we'd be sent to jail, but we don't need to talk about that, right?
He's right.
Here's the thing. This doesn't need to be a gender issue. No one, regardless of their gender, should be doing it to anybody else, regardless of their gender.
Wait a minute, but why is it that when men point out hypocrisy in women's issues in this context, you always draw the focus back to being anti-male in some capacity? What he did was, hey guys, this was wrong in sexual assault, but don't point out the hypocrisy because that diminishes my perspective. Bro, this is the problem. And the only reason he made this video is because he got destroyed because he wouldn't talk about like the easy situation. And then when he did, he diminished it so bad. It was honestly, it was vomit-inducing. So this is the problem with Joe Rope. Everything has to be some kind of a wraparound back to whatever his argument is. He's diminished the situation instantly. The second he talked about that, he diminished it. You did. Oh, well, we need to talk about this. When this guy got sexually harassed, it wasn't, you know, don't put out the hypocrisy. Bro, it's a real issue. You can't be a feminist and then just shit on men. Well, you can nowadays.
Pulling off somebody else's clothes without their consent is sexual assault, no matter how you spin it. And if you...
Yeah, that was his point. That was the guy's point. And then you somehow agreed with him while shitting on his perspective.
You deserve to go to jail, regardless of your gender.
You're not going to save yourself, buddy. We kind of just, you know, deconstructed you on that one. Let's see. Which one is this? Oh, it's a Roma Army video. Oh, let's. Oh, I can't wait to see how. This is all of his content nowadays. It's just him being angry in front of another individual, pandering to what everybody else says.
To point out the difference between my Facebook, which is the adults, my Facebook page, and TikTok, which is full of kids that think they know everything. So I told my Facebook page about me getting trashed on TikTok for saying I'm going to beat my kid, right? That is called good parenting.
I mean, I disagree. Beating your kids isn't good parenting.
You want your kid to succeed in life and not be a f***ing stripper and teach her to use her body to get male attention.
It's a little ironic because that's what she does. No, is it not what she does? That's what she does. But I'll give her credit because she wants her kids to be better than her. I also don't believe that she actually beats her kid. Like, do we have any evidence of that, or is this just like hyperbole so that she can seem like she's? Because I made a point that like, usually like hitting is more of like a male or a fatherly punishment, and it sounds like she's just that. And we've already established that she doesn't understand the female perspective. She's more of a man in that context, and so like I don't think that she's actually hitting, or at least not beating. If she's slapping, who cares? Like whatever. But like I think that it is actually exaggeratory.
I would rather teach her to use her brain.
Holy shit, there's a lot to say about this. First of all, yes, kids don't know everything, but neither do adults, especially the ones on Facebook. What? I would know. I have a Facebook.
What the hell was your point there? People don't know things. Well, adults usually know better than kids. I don't know what...
Second of all, beating your child is not good parenting. In fact, we have overwhelming evidence that shows us that physical punishment not only doesn't work in the long term, it actually does more harm. And can we stop...
Again, it was most likely hyperbole. If you took a step back from being outraged, you would have seen that.
...shaming sex workers... If my child was 18 and wanted to be a sex worker, yes, I'd warn them about the dangers of the job and the stigma that comes along with it. But I would support them, not hit them.
I would hit my kid. Listen, my kid's 18 years... Listen, if my kid became 18 years old and they were like, I'm going to do OnlyFans, I've lost the battle. I'm not going to hit my 18-year-old. But if my kid is like, I'm going to do this when they're young, no! Listen, if you this is the biggest problem I have with sex work. I'm going to tell you right now. The biggest problem with sex work is 99.9% of people engaged in sex work don't want to do it. They do it because of economic reasons, and it's the only thing that they have left to offer because they weren't able to get some kind of training when they were growing up. So your argument is women should be able to objectify and sell themselves due to lack of opportunity in a very unjust capitalist system. You don't give a shit about women in this context. That's the problem. You're so okay with people, with people who are in sex work, they're not happy with themselves, generally speaking. It's short term, it's very objectifying on yourself, it's mentally stressful, it's not something that women want to do. They do it out of necessity. This is the problem. You lack depth in your argument, and you don't even understand that sex work is a derivative of poor economic structure. But, sex work's cool, guys. Come on. You shouldn't be advocating for sex work, which is what you're doing. I'd warn them of the dangers. The dangers? You just talked about how psychologically damaging it was to hit your kid, but you're not going to talk about how psychologically damaging it is for you to sell your body. I don't understand. Where's your point? You make Roma Army look good, honestly. Just because you have an angry face on. By the way, with this angry face, it means nothing, bro. You shatter the second anybody contests you in any capacity. You want us to think you're tough? Come on, you're not tough. You don't really have any moral foundations. You don't have any standings. You're not a stand-up guy. You melt down the second anybody says, Joe Rob, you're wrong. Oh, no, I'm not, and then you block them.
I would like to point out...
All right, we got to do that. Let's do it. I mean, we don't even need to do that many more. This one is, like, awful. By the way, guys, Roma Army wins. She's the better... She's the more respectable individual, honestly. Ironically, he was calling her out on a video, and that made him look worse. In my eyes. Let's see. Some guys, I don't understand why girls won't go out with me. I'm such a nice guy.
Women are stupid.
But like, what's fun? And like, I don't know if this guy's gay or not. I don't think that he is. But like, women wouldn't date this. They don't want to date him. But women want like a strong man that's a little bit of a dick, because being a little bit of a dick means you know how to handle yourself in life. And come on, man. It's not your femininity in any capacity that makes you an unqualified candidate for relationships. It's the fact that you melt down under pressure. I know feminine men who've got some cojones. Being feminine doesn't mean you have to be weak. Honestly. Maybe that's why I like Roma Army more. At the end of the day, at least she's not a weaker individual. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan, for pooping on you. We'll do a couple more. What's this one? We got another angry face.
I'm touching myself tonight. So that man is not
I'm assuming he performed the surgery in this joke.
a surgeon. He is a medical school dropout, unsurprisingly.
Who cares? It's a joke. It was weird, but it was a joke. You think this guy's really touching himself to, like, really gross tissue, putting balloons in a girl's butt? Come on.
And videos like that, while some may think is funny,
it's creepy, but it's a little bit funny. It's creepy, it's cringy, but it's kind of funny.
Actually a real fear that many women have.
No, it's not!
They're being examined or operated on by a doctor who is a man.
No, get out of here. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. No, it isn't. I have never heard a single woman go, I think the guy's gonna fondle me when he operates on me. Get out of here, dude. You're just making things up to sound right, bro. You think a doctor's taking a scalpel and cutting a woman, opening up her boobies, and then sticking balloons in there. And you think that they're like, yeah, this is turning me on, man. What? I've never heard this opinion expressed at all. I don't understand it's anecdotal, but, like, I feel like I would have heard that. Who's heard that? Come on, man. What are you doing? What the hell are you talking about? He's making things up now to sound good.
And while medical professionals who sexually abuse their patients aren't likely to make a video about it on the internet, it is actually a very real issue that we need to discuss.
Yeah, but bro, you just said he wasn't a professional, so you kind of just invalidated yourself. Checkmate, liberal. Gotcha.
See, being a medical professional is one of the most trusted occupations in our entire society. And a grand majority of medical professionals do understand that and hold themselves to the highest level of integrity. But that also means that for the ones who want to exploit...
So you're saying that the overwhelming majority of them do the right thing, but then somehow we've created this weird idea that they don't do the right thing? That doesn't make sense to me. There's not an epidemic in any capacity. I've never heard a woman complain about being sexually assaulted while they're being operated on. What's going to happen? Here's the scenario. The doctor's in the room with like 5 people, because surgery requires more than one person. So you're thinking that this doctor, and we're like, oh, I'm afraid of this. There's like 3 people in there, 4 or 5 people watching. You think that guy's like, I'm going to grab these boobies. You got like the female right next to her, like holding the plate. It's like, doctor, what are you doing? No! You just made this up. You made these things up so you could look cool. You're a poo-poo head. You're a ween. Let's do one more. Which one are we doing, guys? This one with 3 points. Oh, yeah, he's sexually assaulting this guy. We know. Does he have any of the Izu ones? Oh, we got to do something, guys. This is our last one here. Hitting the whoa when a state is named that has banned using the LGBT pen. What? I don't even know what the hell that means. I don't really know what this means. I don't think there's any substance here. It's just more Joe Rogan doing his thing. I'll let it spin.
Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida,
I don't know what this is. What the hell is the LGBT pen? We'll look that up. What is this? We're going to look it up. Alright, the panic defense. What is... Okay, what is the LGBTQ panic defense strategy is a legal strategy that asks the jury to find the victim's sexual orientation or gender identity expression is to blame for a defender's violent reaction. Okay, I guess with it. What? Okay, so I guess if I found out someone was trans and I got upset, I would be like, she was trans, I could beat her. Yeah, you got a good point on this one. I'll give him that. That's fine. So basically, to sum up Joe Robe, you know, when no, he's just he blocks people that don't agree with him. He blocks people that make good points. I made good points against him. He blocked me. I wasn't even hateful or anything against him, but he just can't tolerate it. He honestly just virtue signals at every chance that he gets for content. And when he's not doing that, he's making bland, shallow points. He doesn't care about men in any capacity. And I find him to be more intelligent than Roma Army. I think that he knows what he's doing, and he's intentionally trying to double down on feminist issues because he's like a pick-me, but it's like an intentional pick-me. Roma Army, at least she's got it in her to, like, you know. I just don't think that she gets female issues. Let's do see Jan over. Let's see what she's got here. By the way, I've done so much on her. She's a coward. She blocks people. She's another one like Joe Robe where she acts tough. She's like, oh, guys, I'm so smart. And then she's like, if you don't like me, though, I'm going to block you because that upsets me. I can't handle someone else's perspective. I want to live in a political sphere, a socially political sphere, but I don't want to, like, have accountability for it. That's what invalidates her and Joe Robe as individuals when it comes to this stuff. What do we got here? This looks like she's going to hate somebody.
Are you really going to save the world like that with your...
Oh, no, she's not. What is this?
Everyone wants a strong woman until they see how strong she is.
You're not a strong woman. Being hateful isn't strong.
She won't be broken.
But you're crying right there.
Doesn't hesitate.
By the way, she's crying because she lost like what was it? An internship because she was like talking about like she made a joke and like she should have been canceled. But like she's breaking down because if you put something on the internet and it cancels you, man, like it sucks. But like crying about it, give me a break. By the way, I want to tell you what a strong woman is. All right. I want to tell you what a strong woman is. A strong woman is a woman whose husband leaves her when she's 5 months pregnant, and she has the kid, and she works 50 to 60 hours a week. She takes care of her kid. She takes 2 days off a week that she gets to choose because she worked hard. Then she takes her kid to the Boy Scouts, pushes him through. She takes her kid to therapy and goes herself when she realizes that some of her parenting styles aren't that great. She has self-accountability and self-growth, and she does it all without a single time talking shit about the man who left her to her son until he asks when he's 20 years old. That's a strong woman. That's my mother. This is not a strong woman. Yelling at people and being a dick isn't a strong woman. Okay, being a manager at a business, right, in a male-dominated field and thriving, becoming like the third highest ranked individual in the state that I live in that particular, it's a fast food chain, making good money. That's a strong woman. This isn't a strong woman. I don't know that you're necessarily inherently weak, but like you're not yelling and being demonizing, rude, mean, and just being an overall net loss for social issues is not being a strong woman. So
when it comes to protecting her,
like, and this is so gross. Like, guys, look at me. Like, I get it. I make videos where I feel myself and I do like thirst traps, but like, this is so pompous.
Peace, and does so by any means.
Like, no.
You see, everyone wants a strong woman.
You're not a strong woman.
Until they see she's stronger than they thought.
You know why? You know how I really know you're not? Because I'm exclusively attracted to strong women. The women I date are strong, exclusively strong women. And like, I'm not attracted to you, so you're not strong. Honestly, that's the truth. That's honestly the truth. You know. So what else do we got here? She's got her hands waving. So
hello, fragile.
She just used the same argument that the white people use against me alone.
White ego. Let us talk again.
Wait, can we?
About why you are incorrect.
Can we go to this video? Oh no, we can't.
Hello, fragile white ego. Let us talk.
Right there, fragile white ego. What if I said fragile Asian ego? Come on.
Again about why you are incorrect, unsurprisingly, with your logic. And I'm the one who's bad with analogies. Okay. I am Chinese American condemning the CCP, the Chinese government.
I don't know what this video is about. I don't know because I can't look at it because this is poo-poo. So I don't know. I guess I'll just go with a neutral on this one. But I don't really understand the context, so I can't really. What is this one? What's
white
this
fragility. Let's talk about
yes, it. Yes, some white fragility.
Weird flex with this video that.
Let's make white people uncomfortable. White privilege uncomfortable. When she says white privilege, the wording is intentionally trying to get white people to get like up in arms who don't understand white privilege. And I hate the name white privilege. Like I understand the existence of white privilege, the idea that to me white privilege says that white people are the standard of how you should be treated in America, and there's people who live below that standard. But saying white privilege is very much demeaning and shaming white people. You could have said people of color disprivilege or something to that effect, and you could have gotten the same response out of it. But like the name was chosen to be like shaming of white people, honestly.
That I posted 2 days ago got 3 million likes.
Oh, it got 3 Guys, I got 3 million likes on my video, so it's valid. People saying something is correct is always correct. A large group of people saying that it's correct means I'm right. Just so you know. But in the same breath, she'll say Donald Trump's a bad guy. because, you know, even though a lot of people agree with him, but if your fundamental argument is, hey guys, if I get a lot of likes, I'm right. You know, you're becoming too validated by likes on TikTok. That's for nerds.
The photos essentially showed what white privilege would look like reversed, aka the life of a person of color.
Do you mean black privilege? Why is it that you didn't just call it black privilege? You're like, if it was reversed, aka if you lived as a person of color. It sounds like you want the reverse to be there, and like you're totally okay with it.
Which is why it said, let's make white privilege uncomfortable. Let's get into white fragility. I'm white and confused, how I'm supposed to be offended.
What the This is somebody that's like, you're white and confused. Like, the guy doesn't get it. He doesn't get it because he's not racist. But now you're saying that he's fragile because it doesn't bother him. Because you didn't get an angry, hateful reaction out of this guy. And by the way, that was my reaction to the video. This isn't me, but I reacted. I was like, makes me feel nothing. Stop being divisive. I don't like duetting you because you're gross. That's what I said about her.
Honey, I never said white people. I said the abstract...
No, right, but you said white privilege intentionally to get people to get a reaction to them. You know, you said white people. You can't upset a privilege. You would upset the people who possess that privilege by the logical chain. So like, you're intentionally trying to get white people to get annoyed, and then they respond like, "Oh, we don't care, and we're not privileged." Maybe they don't understand it. Again, I don't like white privilege. I prefer like people of color disprivilege, but you know. Like, these are very benign reactions.
White supremacy permeating into white privilege in society.
I think I speak for a white person here when they're comfortable white privilege. So people are either saying they don't believe in white privilege or they don't care because it doesn't bother them. And she doesn't like that reaction because, like, she wants you to be angry. She's like, they're not angry. Oh, I hate white people. But it wasn't about you, white people, but it was. So, like, what's your argument? Was it about white people or not? Come on. You're being silly.
But try to feel more oppressed, Chad. You can't fight racism with racism.
But it's true. You can't fight racism with racism.
Karen, I showed you pictures. I put their privilege into perspective, and they cried racism.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't agree with, like, the whole you're a racist thing. Not here. You are, like, a racist. You're very anti-white. But, like, I wouldn't say that this video is indicative of that. Honestly. So I'll give her that.
And we're the snowflakes. These people think that saying racism exists is racist. Who think empowering people of color is racist because it would dismantle white supremacy.
But dude, yes, the problem is just that you've made a chain, an argument, like an overall argument that like white people are bad. Like that's your content. So like, what the hell? Like, you're gonna call people out for getting fed up of it? And like, this isn't the video to call you racist. I get it. I don't agree with that at all. But there are videos that you could say that you're being racist on. So yeah, here's my thing. Here's what I'd like to see. I don't know if I'm going to find it. I'm not going to find it. I guarantee you that I'm not going to find it in here. Here's my thing. Last off, to end off with her, because she's... Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, this is objective proof that just because you went to Harvard doesn't mean that you're intelligent on social issues. We have an issue in the United States, really all over the world, where people who consider themselves intellects, they have formal educations, think that they're smarter than people who live on the ground floor. People who live in society, they contribute, and that they're the lifeblood, they're the infrastructure. Bus driver, any type of transportation driver, any person that works in a retail store, the lifeblood of America and aspects of American society that without them, they wouldn't be in existence. All right, but she's formally educated and she looks down on those people for their life experiences. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I don't understand why there was another content creator. I don't know if you guys could help me out here. There was another content creator. It was a black woman who had a video where she called an Asian woman Ling Ling. It was racist, offensive, and disgusting. And the only people that cared about it was like myself, Freak the Gemini, Little Yeezy. Even Gabby got in on it too, because like, you know, she even got in on it too. But why is it that when a white person, you perceive a white person as racist, you shit on them? But this black woman was being racist towards Japanese people, I believe it was, and you don't care. Why do you only go after white people for being racist? So, yeah, it's a little, you kind of nay-nayed yourself there a little bit, C. Janover. Doesn't really fit your narrative. Fits my narrative, because my narrative is generally equality, is blunt equality. Yeah. There it is. PV poo-poo check, guys. I love you guys too.